All right, welcome Real Estate Principles class. We have a guest speaker. Her name is Miss Laura LALA Key, and I will let her introduce herself. She's been in the real estate industry for many years, and we have been Facebook friends for, I would say, maybe the past 7. And we've connected through the National and California Association of Realtors and local events, and she has a lot to share with you. Right now, she's out of state on some business, and she's 3 hours ahead, but she's still managing to do business in California and at the same time take an opportunity with you, the class, to answer any questions that you may have about the real estate industry. So let's give a warm thumbs up and a welcome to Miss Laura Lala Key. And Miss Laura, I'll put myself on mute and take it away.
Okay, awesome. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad that you're here tonight. This is real estate practice. And when I was taking my course, I didn't have anyone really come in and talk to my class about what this all means. We had a lot of recruiters come in my class. Every Friday they would bring us donuts and coffee, and they'd talk about their company and
Miss
why you should come in.
I apologize to interrupt, but this is real estate principles class.
Principles, sorry.
Small mistake. Yeah, it's principles class.
Principles, but this still applies. So, because the principles of where you're going and what you're doing is also a part of your practice. It really is. Both of those go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other and have a successful business. So every Friday, we'd have people come in talking about how they want us to come to their company, but they never would tell us what was involved in that. And for someone like me, who had never been in sales, who had never done real estate at all, I didn't really know what to expect. So we're going to talk about what you can do to be successful, what practices you're going to put in place to have a successful business, and how you can start now, to be very honest, to start seeing how you can build your business. Now, me, I've been in the business since 2006. My first real estate license was in Colorado, Denver, Colorado. I was a secretary for almost 20 years. I had several jobs as a secretary. And office manager / all those things that go under secretary. And I kept losing my jobs, and I would lose them not because of me. I would lose them because the company was downsizing or company went out of business and things of that nature. And then the very last job that I had, that was an office 9-to-5 job, was because it was a small company and the owner's wife wanted to come back to the company after they had raised their kids, and she wanted her best friend to have my job. So after being there for 5 years, all of a sudden I lost my job for something stupid like that, and I had had enough. I had just had enough, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. However, my father-in-law was in real estate and had been in real estate for many, many years. He was very successful in the state of New York City, and he was a property manager. And so when my husband was telling him that I had lost yet another job, he said, okay, you ready to start your own business? How about real estate? And I kind of looked at him and like, I don't know anything about real estate. I don't know nothing about selling. I know nothing. He said, that doesn't matter. You can learn it as you go. And the basics are life basics. And you have the personality for it. So why don't you give it a try? So with my severance, I signed up for a real estate course in Colorado. It was a 6-week course. All day, you go from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., learned everything you needed to do. And in 30 days, you schedule yourself to go for the test and you go from there. So that's how I got started in real estate. And that was in 2006. So at that time, what was going on in real estate? Well, the crash was starting. the crash was starting. And when I got into real estate, all you saw, I kid you not, was every other house with a big foreclosure sign in the front. And I'm talking brand new neighborhoods that were brand new, not even completed in some situations. And I was like, what is going on here? You know, some very experienced veterans of real estate was telling me at the time that I did not need to learn what foreclosures, I didn't need to learn HUD, I didn't need to learn short sales, because this crash thing wasn't going to last very long. Well, in hindsight, as you can see, that crash lasted a very long time. And it started in the Midwest with me in Colorado. And then California got it in like 2008. So I didn't even know very many people in Colorado. We had just moved there. My family and where we were from was actually from Louisville, Kentucky. So I didn't know where to start. And so I thought to myself, what the heck am I going to do? I've got all these people telling me that I don't need to learn this and I don't need to learn that, but still yet I've got to get my business off the ground. What do I do? Because no one is handing you leads. They promise you the moon. A lot of the companies promise you they have leads for you, but you have to seriously work them. And to be completely honest, I would say maybe 3 out of 50 lead generations that are given to you may turn into a sale. So one thing that you have to prepare yourself for is some hard work to get started. You have to sit down and plan out the things that you want to do and what you want to focus on for your career. And this is why I say you should start now. Sure, you don't have your license, but you can start thinking about your outline of what you want to do to be successful, okay? And one of the things that you're going to take once you take your test and you become a part of the National Association of Realtors, NAR, and also the California Association of Realtors, called CAR, you are going to take an oath. Just like doctors, just like lawyers, just like nurses, you're going to take an oath to protect the public and to be the best guide that you can possibly be to help the public buy and sell homes. And that may sound like a joke, but let's be serious. This is one of the biggest investments that anyone is going to take in their life, is buying a home. I don't care if it's a new homeowner who's only buying 300,000 or one who's buying 10 million. Each home sale, doesn't matter what the price is, it is an investment, and you are helping people to change their lives with investment. So you want to make sure that you are doing the right things as an agent to represent yourself and the field. So today, what we're going to talk about is how you get started, some things that you may see when you get out into the world, and how you can make this field a better place. Because every profession, I don't care if it's police, I don't care if it's janitor, I don't care if it's teacher, every profession has good apples and bad apples. And the bad apples always give that profession a bad name. Well, you want to make sure that you're a part of the good group to help encourage the economy. Now, I know one question that I'm getting a lot of right now from a lot of my clients and also a lot of other people who are studying real estate is, what kind of market is it? What the heck is going on right now? Well, right now we are what we are in considered a seller's market. There are 3 types of markets. There is a seller's market. That means there's not a lot of inventory, but a ton of buyers. And interest rates right now are low. So buyers are clamoring and competing for homes, and there's just not enough out there. Now, we all know what's going on in California. We have a shortage of housing, but it is what it is. People are still buying and people are still selling. Okay, so that's a seller's market. The sellers pretty much have a lot of control on what they can charge for their homes, what they can give to the buyers, what type of credits they're going to give them, things of that nature. So we are in a seller's market, but I cannot end that little part without discussing the other two markets. There is a balanced market. It is a transitional market. When I'm speaking about markets, I want you to imagine a seesaw. When one person is up, the other person is down, and it's a seesaw back and forth. But at some point, both of them are right here in the middle, right? So the middle part is your little transition part where things kind of balance for just a little bit before it tilts either way, okay? And that's when someone can probably get some help buying a home, but the seller doesn't necessarily have to give them the credit, things of that nature. Now, the third market is a buyer's market. And that means that there are a ton of homes on the market and not as many buyers. So the sellers have to kind of cater a little bit to the buyers. But it's really important for what we're going to talk about tonight to know what type of market that you're in and what you're going to see out here in the field. I am going to tell you right now, I'm also still in school too. Guys, I'm studying to get my Florida test because I'm back and forth right now between Florida due to a family situation. My father-in-law is not well, but real estate afforded me the opportunity to be able to move back and forth in my life. I love that about being in real estate. You have control over your schedule and what you want to do. Now, I will tell you, I've got lots of business in California still going on. I'm expecting a closing this Wednesday. I am putting a new house on the market this Friday. I have one in San Diego right now. So I'm still doing business. And I'm also doing business by building a team. So I also have a team there in California. So when I'm not there and I need some boots on the ground, I have a team. So I started just where you are. And I'm also starting just where you are down here in the state of Florida. I too have to take the course in Florida because there's not any reciprocity with California and Florida. The three states that I love the most, I have a license in Colorado, a license in California, and the other state that does not have reciprocity is Texas. So those three, you have to do the courses all over, start all over, and then get your license there. Whereas once I get my Florida license, I will also have reciprocity in many states on the East Coast, including Kentucky, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. So I'll be able to do business in those states as well. So it's not a bad idea to have more than one license if you can handle it. For me, this will be my third one. And although I don't like all the test taking that we have to do, it's a part of real estate. So one thing I want you to know before we move on is this, that what you are studying right now, outside of what we're going to talk about tonight, the actual studying part of your test is just that. It's for the test. It's for you to pass the darned test. Okay. Once you pass that test, honey bunnies, you are going to be out here in the world. And that's when your real education starts. So we're going to talk a little bit about what that means. I have a presentation that I will share with you. I want you to know that I'm really laid back. Professor Kim knows that I'm laid back. You know, any questions that you have, please feel free to ask me. You can wait to the end, of course. But if there's just a burning question that you need to know while we're at it, I'm okay with that too. All right. So let's talk a little bit about how I got into business, how I got started. Because as you recall, I said, once I got into the business, I was like, now what? I've got a new license. Where's all this business going to come from? Well, you're going to have to create it yourself. Because one thing I want to tell you that is very important for you to remember, you think your family and friends will be your first business opportunities. That's not always true, because they're sitting back thinking, they just got their license. How much do they really know? I'm going to wait and see how well they do. That's just the nature of the game. It doesn't matter if you're a singer. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor. It doesn't matter if you're a lawyer. That's just how friends and family are. And one thing they are really afraid of is, oh, they may know all my information. I don't know if I want them to know all my information right now. But just like an attorney, that's client, realtor information that should never come out of your mouth other than between you and your client. Okay, that's really, really important for you to know. You just don't go out in the streets and tell everybody's business. It's just as simple as that. So, okay, LALA, you said that. Now what? What do we do? Let's get down to it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, which means I'm going to share my presentation with you. And Dr. I almost called you Pastor Kim. I know you're going to crack up laughing about that. I've got my phone on just in case you need to message me again. Last time I had it on Do Not Disturb. So I'm going to leave that on right now, just in case you need to hit me and I don't see you. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start talking a little bit about what you're going to see out here. Take a deep breath, because this is going to be kind of a little bit of a ride. So today we're actually going to talk about a successful business model and the principles and the practices that you're going to have to do when you're out here. There are many ways you can get started in real estate, but I suggest you sit down and really think about these things now before you get your license, so that you can already have yourself running out of the gate already. So we're going to talk about some apps. We're going to talk about some models and some programs to help you be successful. And I'm also going to share a few stories about some crazy things that I've seen in real estate and some successful things that I've seen in real estate and what I see coming really soon. This is my information here, guys. If you ever want to reach out to me on email, you can. At the end of this presentation, I'll also list all of my social media, so you're more than welcome to follow me and reach out to me there. And if you want to also have a copy of this presentation, just reach out to me and I will share it with you too. See, I'm not a stingy agent. There are a lot of agents who don't like to share their things, but honestly, I want to see everyone succeed. There is enough business for everyone. And not all business is good business, and not all money is good money. You're going to have to learn to discern what's good for you and what's not good for you, because we do have a lot of ethics that we need to abide by in our profession. And what do I mean by that, guys? It's not about us and our pockets. We're not here to fill our pockets. Sure, this is our profession, but you don't come first. The principal comes first, and the principal is your client. So you always need to keep that in mind. Just last week, there was an agent here in Florida that was all over the news. And it was because he sold a $1 million, $2 million property, and he double-ended the deal. Well, it turns out that one of the buyers who didn't end the bid on the house ended up talking to the seller. And they found out that that agent did not present his offer as well as he should have to that seller. What he did was present the offer that he was representing to make it look like it was the best offer on the table. Even though there were 7 offers, he really pushed his. What happens when that happens is he double-ended the deal, and he put about $500,000 in his pocket. And when they found out about this, they are suing him. So you don't want that to happen, right? We're going to talk about these principles and practices. When you're reading these books and they're telling you what's important, the principle is important. You have to remember, we are the experts. We are not to guide in any different way that is going to benefit us, because it's not about us. It's about doing good business and serving the public. So a little bit about me, guys. I've already told you a little bit, but I will touch on it again. My brand name is Realty Goddess. I started going as the Realty Goddess way back in Denver in 2007, I think is when I started branding under this name. It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek brand, but it's something that people will remember. If you Google my name, Laura Key, you will see me on the Google pages. Usually on the first and second pages, you will find my name and you will find my brand. I am a wife. I've been married since 1993, so almost 20 years with my husband, 30 years. And I am a mother. My son is grown. I'm also a vocalist. My husband is a professional musician. I am a humanitarian. I do help with a lot of organizations for child protection. And when I mean protection, I mean sexual abuse. I work a lot with that. I'm also bad to the bone, because you have to be able to toot your own horn to get the business that you need. Not in a bad way, but you need to learn to show and showcase your strengths. I'm also an educator. I'm here helping tonight, right? But I also teach first-time home buyers courses. I partnered up with a nonprofit organization, and every month before the pandemic, which is now becoming an endemic, I would teach 1 or 2 classes every weekend with a company. And it was a company that offered down payment assistance programs as long as they came and took the 8-hour course. So a lender would come in the morning and discuss lending, and I would come in the afternoon and we would discuss everything about buying a home. So I've been teaching real estate since 2000, and actually 8 is when I first started that in Colorado. So I started in 2006 at the beginning of the real estate crash in Denver. I had no sales experience before. I came from an administrative assistant background, which actually still helped me, guys, because I was able to type up my own letters, do my own flyers, because that was a part of my background. So I told you I had some struggles. What the heck was I going to do for some business? Because I didn't really know a lot of people, and we had just moved to Denver. So what I did is I learned that there were HUD homes out there. Now, what is a HUD home? That is a housing urban development home. It is a part of our government, our national government. It is, and underneath that government, they have homes that they guaranteed with loans called FHA. And if someone foreclosed on a loan, the government would buy them back. Okay. So when they bought them back, they ain't gonna just hold them. They gotta sell them, right? So they have their own inventory of homes that went back to them due to foreclosure. And they usually have their own listing agents. You have to apply to be a listing agent. Now, wait a minute, hold up, Lala. You're talking about something maybe you don't know about. What's the difference between a listing agent and a buyer's agent? Well, a listing agent is the one who takes the listing, puts it on the MLS, the multiple listing service. That's where all of the listings are. When you go on Zillow, I hate that word. I'm not a Zillow fan, but when you go to Redfin, when you go to Trulia, when you go to Villa, when you go to all these sites, all these agent sites, what you see is the inventory that is out here in our market, and that is the MLS. So once it goes into the MLS, it gets syndicated to all these places, right? One agent, listing agent, he's the one who puts the sign in the yard, he or she, right? Puts the sign in the yard, markets the property. That is a listing agent, okay? A buyer's agent is the one who puts the buyers in the car, sends the listings to the car, to the buyer, takes them to the home, see if they want to buy the home, write up the offer, get it all together, and hopefully get to the closing table with their buyers, okay? So what I found out with these HUD homes is that anyone, they didn't care because it's a government thing. They wanted everybody to buy these homes. If you weren't the listing agent, you were still able to market these homes. It didn't matter if you were the listing agent or not. They just wanted people to sell it. So a part of being a HUD listing agent was you agreed to let everybody advertise this house, not just you. So because it was a bad market, crashed market, and everything was pretty much a foreclosure, I noticed that all the HUD homes only had one photo. And I was like, wait a minute, why can't we see the inside of these houses? You know, why is there only one photo? Because that was all that was required from HUD to the listing agent, was to put one photo. Well, I said, well, now, I think I have an idea. I will go and see maybe 5 or 6 of these homes on one day, all in the same area, because my goodness, every other home was a foreclosure at the time. I have access to these homes. So I would go with my little old-fashioned camera. This is before the iPhone and all that stuff, y'all. This was when you really still had a separate camera. I had a little Canon camera, was pink. I would go to the house. I would take a picture of the outside. I would go in and take a picture of the inside, the backyard, the neighborhood, the grocery stores that were around the property. And I, at the time, would go back home, take a full day of those photos, and put these listings on Craigslist. Now, at the time, Craigslist was a great place to advertise. Now it's full of junk, but still you can find some good things on Craigslist. I would create these listings, show extra pictures, and put my information on there for people to contact me about these homes. Bing. I started getting phone calls. I started getting business. I started showing houses. And when I did that, I also was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? These HUD homes are a little different. So now I need to learn how to fill out these HUD home forms. So what I did in Denver is I went to the HUD office. There was only one HUD office. There is one in LA as well. And I would take them donuts and coffee. And I went up there and said, help, I'm a new agent. I'm showing a lot of these homes. I don't know how to fill out these forms. Can you help me? What is it that you want to see when I'm putting an offer in on these homes? And don't you know those people love the fact that I came up there and asked? So they taught me for free. Donuts and coffee is all I took up there. And they knew me by name. So I developed a relationship. Right here is where I want to talk to you about developing relationships with other agents, with lenders, with insurance partners, with the HUD offices, with REO companies. REO means bank-owned properties. Because a lot of the times your relationships may be what gets you to the closing table. So I immediately partnered with a lender who knew about HUD properties, and we started marketing together. So if a buyer called me and said, I'm not approved for my loan, but I want to put an offer in on this house, I would say, let me put you in contact with my lender. You see, now you are the expert. Part of your business is knowing your business. That sounds reciprocal, but it's the truth. You need to have a team of people. It's not just you. You still got to have a lender because they got to get pre-approved. You still need an insurance company because they need insurance on their home. You need a title rep, an escrow agent. You need to develop these relationships. And it's really not that hard because they're out there looking for you too. Okay. Now, I do suggest, and this is a part of real estate principles, guys, and practices, never just have one person to refer. Always have at least 3. It's good business. That way you will not be accused of steering people in a certain way, to use a certain lender or to use a certain title company or an escrow company. And you always need to tell them up front, I have 3 referrals for you. However, if none of those work for you or you already have a lender, that's totally fine. I will still work with you. But it's good because most of the time people call you, they don't really have anyone at all. So you give them all 3. You don't steer them, you give them all 3, okay? Because you do not want to ever get caught in that trap. So how I got started? HUD Homes, a tiny camera, Craigslist, and the ambition to be successful in this business. Cost me nothing, y'all, but gas. But right now, you actually have the power in your hand. Now, I'm showing my age. I don't know how many of y'all know She-Ra and He-Ra. She-Ra and He-Man. But you do have the power in your hand. You have your phones. Guys, these iPhones, these Androids, they're super, uber powerful. Let me tell you how powerful they are. My husband is a professional musician. I'm a vocalist. We are number 6 on the charts right now, on the R&B charts. Guess what? We filmed a lot of our own videos with our iPhones and an app called Filmic Pro, which Lady Gaga has done and Selena Gomez has done. And there are many apps called Lightroom and other places that you can take photos and enhance them. If you don't have the money to call in a professional photographer, you can do amazing things on your phone. So the power is literally in your hands, because if you're like me, my phone barely leaves my hand. And if it's not in my hand, I'm looking for it. I'm Siri, where are you? I'm over here, because that is my life right now. That is my business. That's not something that I put on hold. So please know that what you have already to get started is right there in front of you. Your computer, your camera on your phone, or if you want to use a DSLR camera, if you have a photography expertise, use it, okay? So this is all you really have to get started. Now, as I told you in the beginning, when I was taking my course, we would have people come in every Friday and tell us how great their companies were, why we'd want to come and work for them. And it was fun to talk to them. But I want you to understand something. When you get your license, you need to understand that you are also interviewing them. You're not going to a traditional job 9 to 5. You're interviewing the company, and they're interviewing you to see what type of agent and what type of personality you have. And you're interviewing them to see, what is it are you going to give me as a part of being this company to help me grow and be successful? Don't just join because it's a name of a company that you know. I started with Keller Williams. I love Keller Williams. Keller Williams was great. The educational piece of Keller Williams after the real estate test was over was absolutely amazing. I highly recommend that you read Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Keller Williams, by Gary Keller. That's an excellent book. And I would go every week with these new agents. There was I think there was like 15 of us that all started at the same time. And out of those 15, 3 months later, there was like 10 of us because everybody else decided to get out. About 6 months, there was about 5 of us. And then after that year, me and one other agent were still in the business because people think that you get in real estate, you're going to get rich quick and you're going to be fine. They don't understand that it is a lot of hard work that you're going to do. And you're working for yourself. So you have to have the gumption to push yourself to the next level and have a great mentor. And I had a good mentor at Keller Williams. Now, I didn't stay with Keller Williams very long. I went to a smaller company. I went to a boutique company. But Keller Williams had given me everything that I needed. And then I started feeling like they were taking a lot of extra money that didn't need to be taken. So when you're going into an interview with a company, remember, you're interviewing them too, but here are some things that you need to remember. Ask them what they will provide to you to help you be successful. What type of tools? Are they going to offer you a CRM, which is a customer relations management database to house all of your contacts and clients? Are they going to offer you graphics, flyers, postcard templates? Do they give you a website where people can come and search for homes? Are they going to help you with business cards and stationery and things of that nature? Now, when I talk about the CRM, I want you to understand something. Even when you're going to a company and they're going to give you these things, I highly suggest that you also keep even just a basic spreadsheet of all of your clients, their names, their addresses, their birthdays, their anniversaries, all of that. Because if something ever happens and you leave that company and you don't have access to that CRM, you have a good backup. All right. And I also back mine up to a company called Realty Juggler. And I only pay $99 a year for that. In case I ever lose my database at a company, I can always use this one to know that all of my clients are there safe and sound. Okay. And you'll see the bit.ly link right there. And if you're, like I said, if you want to also have a copy of this presentation, please just reach out to me and I'll make sure that you'll have a copy of that. And I have had people from previous classes that I've helped with reach out to me. Okay. Why do you want to plan your path? Well, first of all, before we get into this slide, real estate has so many opportunities for you. If you don't want to do buying and selling, you can be a leasing agent. If you don't want to be a leasing agent, you probably can get in with builders to represent builders of new homes. You could even do commercial real estate if you don't want to do residential. You can do BPOs, broker price opinions. You can do transaction coordinators, helping people with their paperwork. There is a lot of wonderful paths that you can take in real estate by just having your license. So explore them, see which ones feel good to you. It's really important to find your niche in real estate. Maybe you want to sell only $1 million properties. Hey, I know agents who do that. Okay. I know agents that only sell in Compton because they live in Compton. They work in Compton. Compton is their community. Nothing wrong with that. I know people who only work with first-time home buyers because they love working with first-time home buyers. I know people who don't work with buyers at all. They just want to list properties. And they have teammates to help them with their buyers. So you have to plan your path on what you think. But first, you have to explore it to see if you even like it. So dabble a little here, dabble a little there. Talk to other agents who are willing to talk to you about what paths are out here in real estate. But why do you want to plan? Because organization helps you to be more productive and successful in this business. Once you have your niche, putting it down on paper, putting out your goals, having a plan what your company and your managing broker can really help you do is going to help you be successful. You want to make 100,000, 200,000 in real estate? Okay, go talk to your managing broker and plan it backwards. I want to make this much. How many houses do I need to sell in a year? How many houses do I need to sell this month? This is how you become successful. You must plan it out. One thing I also like to talk about is you do not have to buy every doggone thing that someone puts in front of you. You need to buy this flyer system. You need to buy this special camera. You need to buy this. You need to, no, you don't. No, you don't. See what is important to start you off with. You can even make your own letterhead at home if you're mailing out letters and flyers. So you do not have to buy everything that people suggest that you buy, because you may not have the budget for it, guys. And if you start off spending all of your money that you have now, the less chance of success you're going to have. You need to learn to budget your money, because you may not have a closing 1 month, and you need to make sure you have the funds available to keep your business afloat. In fact, you got a lot of free tools. You can find that social media can help you do a whole lot. You can do ads on Facebook if you like, they're very low cost. You can have your own business page, which is completely free. Instagram is free. TikTok is free. Reels are free. I love video. I was one of the very first people to implement video in my business long before we had the pandemic. And so much so that a lot of agents in my office would come to me when we started having the pandemic and ask me how to do things, because I have a full setup. I had a green screen long before anybody talked about it, because I would do videos every week. People watch videos, and it's the entertainer in me too, guys. I'm, like I said, I told you I'm a vocalist. So I don't mind being in front of the camera. So putting out information, hey, there's 7 houses that sold in this neighborhood this week. This one sold for $550, this one sold for $750. You know, just going on and telling people what's going on in their neighborhoods is something that interests them. And if they're interested in that, they will follow you. So when the time comes to buy and sell, they'll remember your videos more than anything and your content, and you can build your database that way. So start with your budget that you have now and grow that as your business grows. Don't overspend. Don't tip yourself on one side. Be your own assistant in the beginning, or partner with another agent. So I had an agent in Colorado who did not know how to build her own websites. I learned to build my own websites before our companies offered us websites. So she was excellent at helping with CMAs, which I was confused about doing, comparative market analysis. So in exchange, she taught me how to do CMAs, and I helped her build her website. Now, we're not in competition. We're still good friends to this day. She still sends me business and I still send her business. You see, we started a relationship. She's still in Colorado. I'm in California and also in Florida. So when I know I have someone and my home is still in Colorado, I call and tell them, hey, call my friend Amy. And she does the same thing for me, because we respect one another. We work like one another. We know that they're going to take care of our client. Each other are going to take care of our clients. And we built that relationship long, long ago. So here are a few free resources that you can start exploring right now. If you want to do a newsletter and incorporate your videos in there if you want to, or photos, you can get a free account to MailChimp. You, of course, have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. You can live stream. You can use LinkedIn. YouTube is fabulous. Twitter, I use it all the time. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, I don't get too much off of Twitter, but I still put all of my stuff on there. And believe it or not, had someone call me 2 weeks ago, follow you on Twitter, saw your house in San Diego. Hey, I'm ready to buy. You just never know, because I'm telling you, maybe 4 years for that one person, but that one person was worth all those posts I did. You now have Clubhouse. Clubhouse, you don't have to show your face on camera. It's all audio. Breakthrough Broker is free, gives you great resources, flyer ideas, free templates. Lighter Side of Real Estate, same thing. In Stock Social, same thing. All of these are free, but with your NAR and your CAR membership, they give you a ton of things for free. So you don't have to worry about free material. It's out there for you. It's all on you to execute the plan to put it out there for people to see. Now, I will go back to Facebook for a minute, because Facebook is very, very finicky, and you never want to lose your social media platforms. So do not advertise your real estate on your personal page every single day. First of all, people are going to get sick of it, and they're not going to even look at your posts. I would say 1 out of every 10 posts on your personal page should be about real estate. That way Facebook will not get on you. But I've actually known agents who have used their personal pages for real estate only, and Facebook shut them down because they want you to have a business page. And it's really not hard to create one. It's very easy. Go to YouTube, they'll tell you how. Simple as that. Now, here are a few low-cost resources that you can use. Canva has a free and a low cost where you can create your own graphics. And they have so many templates, guys, already, that all you have to do is plug your name and phone number in there, download it and post it. Ripple, I love Ripple. They have a free version, and they also have one for free. And if you do go to my pages today, which I will share with you, you will see one of the Ripple posts that I put up. Today I tooted my own horn because I had a personal goal that I was sharing with everyone, including my clients. And my personal goal was to run/walk for 2,021 miles in the year 2021. I reached my goal today, and I reached it 3 months early. So I put together a little video and I posted it. And I'm telling you, it's one of the most highly engaged contents that I have. And it has nothing to do with real estate. But now people know, trust, and like me. So when they're ready for real estate, they'll come to me. Agent Crate is only about $25 a month. They also have templates for you. They have blog posts, just listed postcards, just sold postcards, and all of these others as well. iMovie is free on iPhone. You could put that for free. You can use it on your desktop. Of course, Zoom. You can record a video on Zoom and not even go live with it, and then upload it later. So these are some low costs that you can use right now, not to break the bank. So here are a few key thoughts to help you be successful. Video is king. I mean it. King/queen, whatever you want to say. Goddess, whatever. It is. I did a personal experiment so that I knew I would be teaching some classes, and I knew I wanted to talk to some other agents about this. So I did a test on my Instagram page. On Instagram, I post pretty much every day. Okay, just regular posts. And it's mostly real estate on that page. Very few posts are non-real estate. I started doing reels and IGTV. I did this silly little reel that said, what you see on Instagram is not the truth, because everybody uses filters. Guys, I have 250, probably even more views on that video because people love video. I've got comments from people I've never met before because people love video, but now they're following me. And as long as you're doing fun stuff and lighthearted stuff, people will follow you. And if you're going to do video, I need you to get over yourself. Nobody cares if your hair is out of place, or you have a pimple, or your dress is crooked, or your shoes are funny. It's the content that is important to them. It's not about you. Sure, you want business from people, but you want people to feel important and cared for. So this is how you coddle them when you don't really know who they are. And I know one of the main questions that I got from the last class, from Professor Kim's class, was, well, everybody sees that. Why do I need to worry about anybody outside of California? Referrals. If someone from Kentucky reaches out to you, you can refer them to an agent in Kentucky and earn a commission from just referring it out. So it's not just specific to your state. You build a network, guys, and you also can have a residual income from just referrals. And one thing I need you to understand, that business is not instant. Not everybody's buying and selling a house. Just because you talk to someone today does not mean that they are buying and selling right now. There are many clients that I have right now that I'm cuddling and coddling and cultivating. They're not ready to buy for another 2 years, but I'm still in their life. I'm still sending them tips. I'm helping them to build their credit. I'm getting them prepared. I have a free home buyer's course for them. So you have to understand that not all business is instant. And you also have to understand, once you've closed a deal, your job does not end there. You still need to be the realtor for your clients. Send them something every month. Send them something every quarter. Send them something special on their birthday. It doesn't have to cost much. Guys, I do a birthday song. A song that I record is the simple happy birthday song. And when my client's birthday comes, I send it to them in a very special little pew, pew, pew email. And you would think that I sent them $1,000. It's the fact that you thought about them. So when you continue that relationship, your business will thrive. Now, where are you going to be broadcasting all this stuff? Well, Facebook, and we talked about having a business page and not all on your personal page. You're going to use Instagram. You're going to use IGTV. I have several series on my IGTV that I've partnered with. I have an estate agent, an estate attorney, and I have a whole series on my IGTV. I do reels. You also can post on LinkedIn with pre-recorded material until you can get approved to go live. YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, your own website, your own blog. You can post anywhere you want to, guys. Just remember, you don't want your videos to be very, very long. People's attention spans are all about 2 seconds short. Keep it short and sweet. You know, less than 5 minutes, you're great. And if you're going to broadcast, here are a few things that you can start with right now that don't really cost you much. Level 1 is your phone. Level 2, use an outside wall or mural, something interesting, a green screen or a backdrop. I have materials for backdrop I carry with me. So like if I'm at a friend's house and I need to record, or I'm in the library and I'm using one of their things, I can pin my backdrop on the wall so that it looks very nice in the back. And I have 2 or 3 different backdrops, and you can get those on Amazon for $10, $20. You can just put in photographer's backdrop. Look at all the things that you can get. You need a good lapel mic. I'm not using one right now, but if you're going to use your cell phone, these cost maybe $12 so that your sound is good. A good ring light costs you hardly anything. There's a clip-on that you could put on your phone. Here it is right here. You can clip that on your phone and light your broadcast just from your phone. Now, level 2, if you already have a DSLR camera, you can use that. You can invest in a green screen. I have a pop-up green screen, and I have one that I hang on my wall, the ring light and another microphone, and maybe editing software, which is like Filmic Pro or iMovie. You can do that on your phone, guys. No joke. Now, we talked about partnerships, but I want you to understand just how important those partnerships are. You are the expert in this business. So you should have an arsenal of things for people to use. A moving company, partner with a moving company, go and talk to a cleaning company, see if they'll give your clients a 10% discount. You can use that to, when you close, hey, I've got a moving company, I've got a cleaning company. Hey, here they are, here's your coupon. Lenders, title companies, which will help you develop farms. So like if you only want to sell in a certain area, which I highly suggest that, you get a farm that you constantly market to. You're going to get that from your title companies, escrow companies, estate planners, financial planners, contractors. Who's a contractor? Who can do construction? They want to, do something, put a new patio in their backyard. Talk to contractors so that you have that available for your clients. And here are 2 good books that I highly suggest that you read right now. And one of them, I am also, both of them I've read and follow all the principles. But one that I'm actively doing right now with several other people in my group at my company is Ninja Selling. It costs you about $20 on Amazon. You can get it on Kindle for less. And it walks you through all the principles of what you can do to build your business and be of value with your clients. And then of course, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller is absolutely a must read because it helps you to start building your business right now, today. It starts giving you insight on what is out here. Now, here's where you guys can find me, the Realty Goddess. This is my website, laurakey.net. I also suggest that you brand yourself under your name. So this is why my website doesn't say Realty Goddess. It says Realty Goddess when you go there, but my name is easy to remember. So it's laurakey.net. Go see my website. You can find me on Facebook under The Real Realty Goddess, on Instagram, Realty Goddess, YouTube, there it is. You can Google me and find me anywhere. So that is my presentation for you. And I want to tell you a little bit about relationships and some of the things that you're going to see out here in the field. Now, today, I was expecting a closing to happen tomorrow, but because of a glitch with the lender, we're not going to be able to close until Wednesday or Thursday. But a part of my job is to keep my clients from being so very nervous because they were, oh my God, we're not going to close on time. What happens? Are we going to lose our earnest money? What are we going to do? No, you're not going to do that. So one good practice that you should do is always to update your clients before you think they're going to call you and ask that question. Call them ahead of time. If you see that there's going to be a bump in their closing, call them, let them know, tell them what to expect. You're also going to need to know how to be a counselor of some sort and an educator. And when I say a counselor, I'll tell you a little story. In Colorado, I had a couple and they were buying and they had a teenage daughter. And we went out to look at property. The husband fell in love with the house, just walked in and you saw all the gleam and glitter in his eye. Ooh, this one is it, Laura. This one is it. The wife didn't feel the same way. She was really angry that the husband said that this was it. So they started fighting, literally arguing in the kitchen. The teenage daughter was freaking out because her parents were fighting in front of me. That distressed her. She ran out to the driveway, sat in the driveway. The husband and wife were fighting so bad, I told them, stop. Let's all take a deep breath. Husband, you go in that room and take a couple of deep breaths. Wife, you go into that room and you go and take a couple of deep breaths. I will come and visit you both in just a few minutes. So the first thing I did is I went out and I checked on the teenage daughter. And she was like, I'm okay. I'm just tired of them fighting. I just want us to buy a house. They do this all the time. So, I got her calm. Or she was like, I said, I'll fix this. Don't worry. I'll do my best. And I'll tell you when we're ready for you to come back in. Then I went in and I spoke to the husband. Now, your wife is upset, and there's got to be valid reasons for why she's upset. So I want you to please put your listening ears on, because I'm going to go and speak to her as well. And then we're all going to meet in the kitchen in about 5 minutes. So then I went and spoke to the wife. Now, I know you don't like this house, but we don't know why you don't like this house. So this is a very emotional thing. So let's all come to the table in the kitchen and let's talk about your feelings so that we understand what is interesting to you, what is not, why you're upset. Let's talk it out. She said, okay. So after we had that discussion, we were able to come into the kitchen and discuss with one another what it was that was really bothering them. We got to the root of it. And guess what? The husband was like, I don't want my wife to be upset. Just because I like it doesn't mean she has to like it. I'm sure we're going to be able to find a house that we both like. So we got back in the car and we started looking again. But that took an hour of our time to get everybody's emotions in check. This is a part of the job. It is also a part of your job to understand the lending process so that when you're talking to your lender, you know what's going on. It's also important for you to understand the escrow process so you understand what's going on when bumps happen. And if you don't know, guess what? Always ask. Because don't lie to your clients. If you don't know something, say, I really don't know about that. Let me go check on that for you and I'll get back with you with an answer. They will appreciate that more than you ever know. But what they won't appreciate is any lies or maybe, I'm not sure. Let's see, never do that. Stand in your firmness with, I don't know, let me go check and I'll let you know, because they will respect that. So there are many things that you're going to face out here. And one of them is being ethical. And one of them is never lying to people, understanding the process and understanding the things that you're going to see out here. You can be very successful in this business, okay? And you have so much freedom in this business. Like I told you, I'm down in Florida right now, helping to take care of my father-in-law. Real estate allows me to do that because I don't have to be there right now. I have someone helping me. I have a teammate that I have built my own team. So if I need something, he's my boots on the ground. I am negotiating and still taking the offers and still consulting with my clients through Zoom, FaceTime, video, and we're still getting it done. I still have 4 deals in the work right now and still taking on clients. This business can be a good business and it could be a fun business. So I think you're in the right place at the right time, no matter what the market, as long as you know that you're going to be the expert and you're going to be the best that you can be. Don't be one of the bad apples. Start your career off being the good apple. That is what I have for you tonight. So I'm going to open it up for any questions that you have, and I'll be happy to answer them.